welcome back to World of Warcraft Burning Crusade Classic Blind. I have but a single quest in Hellfire Peninsula. So that's what I'm gonna do. We need to get 10 relics from the ruins of Shannara. And that's right where we are. Let us see what these relics are gonna look like. Looks like that. There we go. Okay? They're probably fine. So we need to find... Yeah, we see they're all over the place. This will work. We need to find 10 of them. And if we need to fight some of the taskmasters, easily doable. Excuse me. Ah. Trying to be clever. But no. Oh, these guys get to go free now, so that's a plus. Alright. Fight, 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 fight. Hamstring on me. Not a huge deal. It's just when... Oh, he went through a wall. He was so happy he went through a wall. Amazing. Right, more relics up this way. Yeah. Seems like they're all basically being guarded by these guys, which is unfortunate. Definitely slowing things down here a bit. I can manage. Just going to avoid bothering the big guy. That would be a mistake. Bonus, we are getting the loot from the taskmasters. So that's something. I don't know how much actual fighting we're going to be doing here. Just going to have an omelet. Because after this is done, we very well could be heading to a new area. Oh, he's kind of close. It was really convenient how we got a thing to make him not elite. Really made that quest physically possible for us. Missed out on our charge bonus there. Unfortunate. No. Switch this back on. No, we can't. We still have the carrot of going faster equipped, which is not what we need while doing combat stuff. Okay, you go on here. There we go. Let's grab another vase. What kind of relic is this? Some kind of statue it looks like. Cut across here. Let's have a whole bunch of identical little relics. Have fun. Okay. We're also taking too much time between fights to make much use of Victory Rush. That's okay. The fighting is not the main goal of this quest. It's the relics. So we get to grab 2 for that fight. That's efficient. Very good. Okay. This one's unguarded. I will be taking that. It's 8. This one's unguarded. A little bit more looking around here. Just grabbing the easily available ones. Don't think there would have been enough to avoid fighting there entirely. There we go. Yeah, it's not like the fighting was hard. There's all 10 relics we needed. And so we need to bring these back to the temple. Every possibility that there's going to be another follow-up quest here. Either way, I'm good with it. There's a crazy giant crystal. And the Raging Colossus. You stay over there. I guess everyone should be glad that these giant crystal guys are just staying next to the giant crystal. They are pretty dangerous. As much as everything in this entire area is just pretty dangerous. You want to fight the vultures to get to the ore? Just keep on in here. See if they're gonna do that weird aggro thing. Honestly, at this point, I do need more ore. So I'm kind of okay with fighting a ton of vultures. They're not too strong. Comes another one. Get off a Victory Rush. They've ripped my gut. That's suboptimal. Stamina reduced by 13. Bummer. And here comes the next one. Nice Victory Rush there. We're just gonna have an absolute pile of vultures by the end of this. It's pretty weird. Pretty weird thing to have happen. You next. Parried my Victory Rush. And the Horde took the Overlook. Bad news in the last few seconds. Unfortunate. But we did get a pole arms level, so that's good news. They're just gonna keep coming, aren't they? It's okay. Was that scream what tore my gut? That's a powerful scream. We done? Thank you. Fell iron. Fantastic. Need 2 of these for every fel iron bar we need. Still quite a bit. Last one is at 320. I think we get to like 325, we'd probably be able to start using the next type of ore. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Mining 354 too there. Alright. Some buzzard meat. I'll just sell these to a shop. Here's a shop.
May I be of service?
Buzzard meat. Talons, feathers.
Be kind to those less.
Probably could have turned that buzzard meat into buzzard bites, but it's fine. Here's our quest to turn in.
May the light embrace you.
Did you retrieve the Shinar relics, Eric Erickson? You're very fortunate. Just as I had hoped, you found a special relic among these other ones. Ooh. One of them was actually special. They look identical. So good thing that he knows what he's looking at. The Seer's relic. The stubborn close their mind and convince themselves of one truth. The wise keep an open mind to the differing possibilities leading to and stemming from the present. Take this relic with you to where you found Sedai. See not with your eyes, Eric Erickson, but with your mind. Otherwise, the Temple of Telmet in Hellfire Peninsula. Once you return to Sedai's corpse, northeast of the Temple of Telmet, and use the Seer's relic at that location, return to him after you complete your task.
Good health, long life.
I can do that. They're looking for PvP groups to go help with the control. And one of the people there is a level 70 rogue. So they've decided that no, they do not wish to partake in PvP at this moment. There we go. Avoid the hellbores, if possible. Here is the relic. Bestows Seer's vision upon the wielder. There's Vindicator Sedai and Maghar escorts. Ah, pig! Oh, they got him. Do not return, Dranscum. Next time we won't spare your life, unarmed or not. I failed. Peace is impossible. But he's actually dead. What happened? Sure, we're about to find out. They're back here. Who are they fighting? The Maghar escort was attacked by fel orcs, apparently. Now they're dead. Laughing Skull ambushers. Krun's Spinebreaker. Cycle Bloodshed is ending. Is there nothing I can do? Oh, he's a rogue. He's doing his rogue stuff. Oh no. Is there nothing he can do? He can die. Rude. Rude. Well, that explains a lot. He wasn't killed by the Maghar. He was killed by fel orcs. And so were the Maghar there too. That does change things a bit. They weren't exactly on peaceful terms, but much better than things were before we started going over there and killing them all. So, it's all a misunderstanding. It's all a misunderstanding here.
Warm wishes to
Have you seen the vision? Yes, I did. I hope the vision you witnessed helped you gain some perspective on Sedai's death. The relic showed you a likely series of events leading up to the present. The truth may have been different. We'll never know for sure. Would you act differently, knowing what you know now? Who can say whether our conflict with the orcs will continue? What's important is to remain open to the possibilities. We get to choose our reward. A fancy vest of magic. Leggings of Telhelmet. Way less armor than ours. Attack power by 44, which is a lot less than our current strength. Some decent critical strike. And same stamina. We've got hit rating. Hit rating, critical strike. We still have a ton more strength on our Fel Iron. And a chain helm. Less armor by a lot. Slightly more strength. More agility, more stamina. It's not a bad idea. That'd be basically 22 strength. So 3 strength, 4 agility, 3 stamina at the cost of some armor. I like that.
Blessings upon you.
Also, it might look more interesting than our current helmet. Just a bit blocky. If it's anything like the picture here, I'll be very ready for it. Vindicator's chain helm. Looks like the same helmet we had before, only this time in a greenish color. Not the same green as our Fel Iron, which is unfortunate, but I can work with that. What was that? That's 140, 139.6. A tiny bit more. But also there's more agility and more stamina, less armor. And less block, technically. Because it's not strength. But that'll work. That'll work. Let's sell this snout and helmet, the same store over here. And then I guess it's time to move on.
You wish to buy? Trade?
I wish to sell, in fact. Here's a pig snout and a fancy hat.
Favorite
All right.
road traveled by few.
So that just leaves us with one quest heading to Zenger Marsh, which is easily accessible right over here at the Cenarian Refuge. And technically we would just fly there, but I'm feeling a more cinematic approach right now as we continue into a whole new area where we might be doing quests and such. Take a moment to run away from vultures. Run away from all the vultures. There's that guy that keeps firing fireballs at me. Let me leave. So, overall thoughts on Hellfire Peninsula. There's definitely a big divide here between getting people the starting gear they need to be appropriately equipped for level 58, which really worked out well for us. I don't know how many of these things we still have from before we came through the Dark Portal. I guess the Diamond Flask. Mark of Hakar, I think, was old. If anything has a low level on it. Yeah. Anyways, very good upgrades all around. The amount of fell iron ore was appropriate. The moats are interesting. Slightly different. The quests were pretty reasonable. Nothing overly complicated. The few group quests weren't particularly difficult. There's still areas we technically haven't been to because of flying. Hellfire Citadel. Pretty good. We might have had a easier time in the Blood Furnace than we maybe should have. But they were not complicated dungeons by any mean. Overall, a very good introductory area. Now, we get to move on to Zangarmarsh, or also we could go to the Terakar Forest. Either one. But what I'm really trying to get to is Shatrath City, which looks to be more in the Terakar Forest, but if we can get there from here, I'm going to try it. Mouse over everywhere else, see if there's North City. Oh, maybe we didn't look at the zone here. There's the Blade Edge Mountains, Hellfire Peninsula, Nagrand, Netherstorm, Shadowmoon Valley, Shatrath City, Terakar Forest, and Zangarmarsh. Yeah, Shatrath City is the only city here. Looks like it has multiple entryways, so I think we'll probably be able to get there from here. Here we are. The Cenarian Refuge. Immediately, we're seeing more quests on the map. Let's see what's all over here. We got an Ancient of Lore. Nature favors those willing to learn its secrets. Eric Erickson. Yeah. You got any secrets for me then? I'm willing to learn the secrets. Alright. Some guys here. Traveling carts. To deal with quests. I suppose we can just take the quests. If we encounter what we need to do along the way to the city. That'll work. What do we have here? Twin Spire Blessing. Damage reduced by 5%. So that's very similar to the buff that was over in Hellfire Peninsula. They really have a much nicer place here than the poor fools that are stuck over here at their little Cenarian outpost. Crazy how much difference there is right over there. I'm not going to worry too much about the logistics of why such different places are so close. The mountains here stop the rain, huh? Right? Even though they're not particularly tall. Anyways. Windcaller Blackhoof. May the winds guide you. Eric Erickson. Mostly the quests guide me.
Walk with the Earth Mother.
But whatever. You do you. You're a Windcaller. You do wind stuff. Where's Whispering? Druid of the Talon. Morthus glances skyward. In a way, I envy the freedom Rook and Korvax enjoy. To be free of earthbound responsibilities is a great blessing indeed. The future will see me on wing once more, but first there's a task I must complete.
Farewell.
Alkaline.
I can't attack that.
Can't attack that? That's probably for the best. It's like, man, I really like these birds. Shoots the birds. It's like, oh no. I'm sure he would not appreciate that. Here's 2 people of the quest.
Must not give up.
Ikain. The druids protect me from the Naga and evil lost ones. In exchange, I teach them about the plants and animals of the marsh. The Umbrafin tribe. The Naga are terrible, yes, but even more terrible are the traitor tribes of broken and lost ones that helped them. The worst of all are the lost ones of the Umbrafin tribe. They use dark magic to trap and enslave others. That is pretty bad. That is pretty bad. They're especially cruel to escaped slaves and would slit my throat if I left the refuge even for a day. Travel to Umbrafin village south of here and kill them and their leader, Kataru. Until then, I will fear for my life every single day. Ikain at the Cenarian refuge wants you to travel to Umbrafin village, slay Kataru, 8 Umbrafin seers, 6 Umbrafin witch doctors, and 6 Umbrafin oracles.
You come back sometime.
Alright.
Goddess bless you.
Lorana Tharwell. Learning about new plant species is extremely important for our expedition, not just the medicinal or edible ones either. Plants provide the foundation for many other forms of life to exist. Understanding them allows us to better understand nature as a whole. Plants of Zangarmarsh. The lakes of Zangarmarsh are slowly being drained of their water. We don't quite know why. We do know that many plant species are in danger of becoming extinct. As the expedition's cataloger, it is my job to track and identify these plants so we can better understand what's happening to them. If you'd like to help, bring me unidentified plant parts. Be picked right from the ground if you're an herbalist, and the ingenious creatures of the swamp also carry plant parts on them. Bring 10 unidentified plant parts to Lorana Tharwell Cenarian Refuge in Zangarmarsh. And you'll receive a package of identified plant parts.
Go in peace.
Okay. So we have to fight stuff for that, since we are not a herbalist. Looks like the main way of town here. These giant mushrooms. Looks like most things here are giant mushrooms. Cool. Cool. Another expedition warden over here. Ah, here we got a signpost. Oh, and here's some enemies. There's a Mire Hydra. Giant bugs. What do we got here? Hellfire Peninsula that way. Terakar Forest, Shatrath, Nagrand that way. Telrador, Blades Edge Mountains, and Zabrajin that way. So we should be able to get to Shatrath, that's the city. Telrador, probably another city then. Okay. If these lakes are going down, the whole water levels here seems pretty high. So I guess it must have been even higher before. Keleth. Nature is a powerful force for those who seek to subdue never succeed in doing so permanently. Okay. Got the Stable Master.
Tell me I hate you.
Still don't have any pets. Not of that nature, at least. We got these pets. Yay. Alright, next island. Got General Goods. Sereni White Star. Welcome to the Cenarian Refuge, Eric Erickson. I've been instructed to offer you basic supplies for purchase, should you need them. Well, we're already known before we even get here. Fascinating. You've got arrows, which is nice. Got jagged arrows for 13. Wicked arrows are 22. We can't even use the black flight arrows. Of course, not that we really care about the extra damage they give. We just use it to get things' attention. So. Damage per second. Don't know if that's really a relevant number for us. Amphibian Swift Spear. Expedition Quartermaster. Requires leatherworking 355 and Syrian Expedition Friendly. Engineering. Scout Arrows. Expedition Flare. This is a stress flare into the sky, calling for a Syrian Expedition unit to come to your aid. Can only use Zinger Watch while outdoors. Interesting. Leatherworking. There's a blacksmithing recipe. Adamantite Sharpening Stone. There we go. That's important. We need to get honored with them then. And it's bind on pickup. It's adamantite bars, and the sharpening stone is motes of earth. We definitely want that. So that is something to be aware of. Presumably we'll get a decent amount of reputation here by just doing their quests. That is definitely things I want. Alchemy, leatherworking. Here's blacksmithing. Greater Rune of Warding. Enchanted piece of chest armor says 25% chance per hit of giving you 400 points of physical damage absorption. 90-second cooldown, lasts for an hour. It's pretty fancy. Don't know if we'd be able to use that ourselves. That seems like more of a magic thing to do. That could be cool. They got a lot of stuff. They got a cudgel. Some main-handed mace. Some magic. Alchemy recipe. Leather armor with sockets. Staff. A level 70 Glyph of Nature wording. Reservoir key. Unlocks heroic difficulty for Coilfang Reservoir dungeons. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get right on that. Jewel crafting. Leatherworking. Fancy arrow. Enchanting. Alchemy. A purple item. Blacksmithing 375. Requires level 70. Plate armor with a bunch of stamina, nature resistance, and defense rating. Definitely more of a tank piece of gear, it looks like. And the Wild Guard legs are much the same. Stamina, nature resistance. There's a glyph. Level 70. Permanently add 34 attack power and 16 hit rating to a head slot item. It's not stacked with other enchantments for the selected equip slot. I mean, additional attack power and hit rating. That's a good time. There's a cowl. Very magical. A necklace with a whole bunch of stamina, defense, and dodge. Alchemy, alchemy. Blacksmithing for the breastplate. There's armor, stamina, nature resistance, defense rating. Leatherworking. Jewel crafting. Enchanting. Earth Warden. A two-handed mace. Requires level 70. Gives stamina, defense rating, expertise, attack power in cat, bear, dire bear, and moonkin forms only. Ah. Increases attack power by 712. That's a lot. That's a lot. Wow. Unfortunately, we don't have cat, bear, dire bear, and moonkin forms. Sad times. There's an orb. Here's a finger slot. You need to Exalted for these highest level things. Stamina, spell rating, magic. Expedition tabard. A war hippogriff for 2,000 gold. Someone dismissed this rideable hippogriff mount. This is a very fast mount. Can only be summoned in Outland. And some plate gauntlets with strength, stamina, critical strike, resilience, Enhancing rage cost reduced by 3. Oh wow. We're really going that complicated, huh? Specific pieces of armor which interact with specific abilities. And it's part of a set which could reduce cooldown of intercept. Wow, complicated. A lot of that stuff is very high level. I'll mostly be gunning for the adamantite sharpening stone. That could be nice. Do we have reputation with them already? Outland Syrian expedition. We are neutral. So we'll probably have to get through friendly and then to honored. Okay. Cool. Cool. Oh, there's a quest on the side of the building here. Notices of reward for the Naga leaders of the Dark Crest and Bloodscale tribes are listed here. Leader of the Dark Crest. A bounty is hereby declared. The Cenarian expedition on Raja Haghazed. Haghazed? Raja Haghazed, leader of the Dark Crest Naga. Haghazed was last sighted by Cenarian scouts at the Lagoon in the central southern region of Zangarmarsh. The Dark Crest have been linked to numerous attacks against the Cenarian expedition. The leader is considered extremely dangerous. Those seeking to claim the bounty are advised to report to Warden Hamut. Say Raja Haghazed at the Lagoon, return to Warden Hamut. Cenarian expedition, so much for reward. Suggested players 2. For a variety of drops. And while we're here, might as well pick up the other leader's quest. Bounty is hereby declared by the Cenarian expedition on Rajas Fayash, leader of the Bloodscale Naga. Now, a sorceress was last sighted at Serpent Lake in the northern region of Zangarmarsh. The Bloodscale to be considered extremely dangerous, and their leader is to be approached with extreme caution. Those seeking to claim the bounty are advised to report to Warden Hamut at the Cenarian Refuge. Slay Rajas Fayash at the Serpent Lake. Turn to Warden Hamut at the Cenarian Refuge in Zangarmarsh for reward. All sorts of options. Okay. Let's head inside this building here. Looks like we're upstairs. Like a little balcony over here. Maybe around the other side? Nope. Should be a nice view from the top of this. Up and up and up. Cool. This is Warden Hamut. The guy for the quest from downstairs.
Hail.
Yasila expected some enemy opposition to her foray into Outland. That's why us wardens were brought along. Never expected opposition to come in the strength or numbers that the Naga have shown. A warm welcome. While the druids from the expedition have made themselves busy studying plants and researching the lakes, I made it my business to deal with the hostiles in the area. Ever since we set foot in Zangarmarsh, the Naga have launched lethal attacks against us without warning. We've done our best to keep them at bay, but our resources are limited. I want you to go into the various Naga strongholds in Zangarmarsh and show them that we're not to be crossed. Bring me their claws as proof of your victories. Warden Hamut of the Cenarian Refuge wants you to bring him 30 Naga claws.
Be careful.
I'm sure we'll accomplish that while we do all the other parts of the quests. Gonna jump out of that building. Here's a mailbox. Hey, we succeeded in selling all of our stuff we sold. Got 5 gold for the thorium. And 2 gold for the mithril bars. Fantastic. Let's head into this next building. Lethan Moonfire. The Cenarian Druids are the protectors of the balance of nature. The main point being the balance. When called for, we shouldn't wait too long before taking decisive action. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, especially those of us who only want to observe. The dying balance. Well, sounds like they're doing a good job so far. Oof. Have you observed your surroundings closely, Eric Erickson? This is an ailing landscape, struggling to keep itself in balance and losing the fight. If you know where to look, you can see the symptoms. Members of some species rapidly outgrow their peers and become more aggressive. A good example of this uncontrolled growth is the marsh trekker boglash. If you wish to see it for yourself, look no further than the waterways south of the refuge. Be prepared to defend yourself. The creature knows no mercy. Locate and deal with boglash, then return to Lethan Moonfire at Cenarian Refuge.
Bashar Salam.
Ooh, cooking supplies.
Greetings, traveler.
I'd like to train. He's got nothing.
Goodbye. Greetings.
Have you honed your skills enough to learn what I have to teach? You don't teach anything. Let me browse your goods. There's a master cookbook. Already know that. It's still kind of weird that some of these are books and some of them are just buying the ability. It's whatever. I already have it. Don't need it.
Be careful.
There's the innkeeper.
Can I assist you?
There's a wacky innkeeper. Look at him. Nice hat. Have a seat, brother. The ravages of Zangarmarsh can take a lot out of a man. Let's see what you got. Various foods and drinks and ammunition. Various bits and bobs.
Till next we meet.
There's a sword on the wall. That's fun. Two dudes here. Here is Yisel Windsinger, Expedition Leader.
What brings you here?
Greetings, warrior. It's good you've decided to visit us. Welcome to Cenarian Refuge, Eric Erickson. I hope you've come to aid us in our mission. We've much work ahead of us. 1,000 XP for talking to him. Fantastic. Disturbance at Umbrafen Lake. We came to Outland expecting to find small pockets of life. What we discovered in Zangarmarsh was a lush environment with a thriving ecosystem. Our initial assessment of the area was deceiving, however. The water levels at the lakes and marshes have consistently been going down since we started taking measurements. The impact this could have on the local animal and plant life is disastrous. Go to Umbrafen Lake, southwest of here. Look for clues related to this water depletion. Investigate the cause of water depletion at Umbrafen Lake, then return to Yisel Windsinger at Cenarian Refuge in Zangarmarsh.
Illumined like your
And that looks to be pretty much all of the refuge here. Got a few buildings. Some very, very large mushrooms. This entire building is underneath this mushroom. And somehow the mushroom is also still raining. It's unfortunate. You would hope that at least the giant mushroom could be a refuge from the rain, but nope. It's a very wet mushroom. Don't worry about it. Yeah, the rest of this is just areas you can leave this area. So there's the lake right there we can kind of see on our area. There's a graveyard, 2 beacons, field scouts. It looks like we have all of the quests here. Oh my goodness. This piece of our enemy's movements. The Naga will attack again. We do well not to be reckless. There's still much to learn about this land, about the enemy. Prudence should not mean granting our enemy unnecessary advantages. We'll act when we know what we need, old friend. The druids have proven wise and capable of making their own decisions. Very well. When the decision is made, I'll be ready. Let's hope it won't be too late. Your little anklets are concerning. Are those giant skulls, or does it just look like that? He's an enormous walking tree guy. He can do whatever he wants, I guess. Okay. What's there? Could we fly here? Yep, we could. Flight Master? I have pinged the map. Maybe there wasn't actually a Flight Master here. That's okay. Seems like a large enough area that maybe there could be. But also it's not too far over to the temple. So I can work with that. Here's the graveyard. There's an eel. Didn't find anybody that taught us fishing, but with all the lakes around here, I would assume we'll be able to find that eventually. So I will head out on the way to Shatrath, because that looks like a major city and could have useful stuff for me. Next time. Goodbye.